What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. A lot of you guys have been asking about the fact that EA released Night Train the same time that they released Darrelle Revis, and you want to know, is it worth it to go ahead and grab Darrelle Revis over Night Train, or to have them both as the best corners in the game? Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. Based on Darrelle Revis's price, it is more cost-effective to just go after Night Train lane. In fact, when I completed his set and got back the cards that helped me to get the Fallen Leaves, to get the Cornucopia packs, it just worked out better for me. Now, if you guys want to go and lurk and get the cards that go into the set to complete Revis and get him powered up from scratch, all the way up, you're gonna you probably can achieve that for about 600K. All right. If you try to buy the card outright, it looks like, let me take a look at his prices. It's still like 336, all right? So that's 336, plus you got to play the other 300. So it might be cheaper if you lurk these 83 overall 50 players to actually do it. I'm going to tell you this again, guys. I don't know if it really benefits you more to have Darrelle Revis, so I'm going to go ahead and compare them so you get kind of an idea of what's going on. Remember, it's going to be +1 stats to this guy Darrelle Revis, plus the 2 with the sprinter. So Darrelle Revis is going to be 95 speed. We all know Night Train is 94. EA Sports did that purposely because 95 speed is like a threshold type of speed. That's why you'll be able to distinguish, the way that players move, DRC versus Antonio Cromartie, that +1 speed, unless you have a, obviously you have a Cardinals theme team and everybody's just super fast. But Darrelle Revis has the speed. All right, 95 is perfect. You could play, whatever, however you want to do it. Just understand a couple things, though. One of the things I didn't really understand is the archetype of Night Train lane, because he gets 99-man coverage. But then when you look at Darrelle Revis, he gets the 93 plus the 5. It's a 98-man coverage. We all know that Revis Island was a real thing. It would make sense that he would get to that 99 with lockdown. So something's going on there, and I don't really understand what. And because of that, you get an all-purpose corner in Night Train lane. There's a lot of advantages to Night Train lane. Now, the next thing that's really, really, really important, Night Train lane gets chemmed up to a 96 zone. All right? This guy, Darrelle Revis, is under the tier. Now, 90-plus zone is probably going to play the same in certain instances. Plus, he has decent man coverage, and he's a new card. So there's a lot of things that will make him OP. But it's still something that really throws me off about the card, where it's like, I don't really want to get him because I've already invested in Night Train lane, and Night Train lane is causing fumbles and doing all kinds of weird stuff that doesn't even make any sense at this point. So, just looking at them together, EA is making it very, very difficult, but you got to make a choice. All right. And if you have to make a choice, and like say you have a Chiefs theme team and Darrelle Revis is going to be even better with a 97 speed or whatever, it's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? Like, if once the theme team gets involved and you have a theme team that incorporates a player, there is no more advantage than that in this game. Theme teams are godly in this game. We all know that. So if Darrelle Revis is on a theme team that you've already created, it doesn't really matter. You can grab him and do whatever you want. I'm just letting you understand. EA Sports did something as far as tuning the game, because we've been complaining about fumbles. Night Train lane, but he's caused like 4 or 5 fumbles in my last couple of games. Like, it's some really wild stuff that's been going on. So you go from like a 92 hit power to a 64, and not only that, you're losing out on the zone and the 99 man. So overall, when you kind of compare what they're both doing, realistically, Night Train lane is the better cornerback. He's just slower. That's it. Pretty much when you power him up, you're going to get to a 95 speed. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. That's what it is. Theme team, 97 speed. That's going to be a nightmare. Now, look, I think they buffed the man coverage because Darrelle Revis was released, because I played a guy that had him, and he would not leave my players alone, and they have route tech. So I don't know what was going on. Maybe I had a pork chop on the back of my butt cheeks, and these guys just going wild and they were hungry, but I could not elude, I couldn't get away from this guy. So I don't know if you still run man, if Darrelle Revis might not be somebody that you want to look to if you have a theme team. But then again, Night Train gets 99-man coverage. So that's something that you guys are going to have to evaluate yourself. Now, I've showed you Darrelle Revis, right? I'm going to go and actually go to my lineup and show you the actual boosted stats for Night Train so that you guys thoroughly understand. Also, I'm going to go over to the set and let you guys see what's going on, because the price right now with the players are going to be too much. It would have been better, because what's Night Train going for? Let me just check that right now so that you guys have the up-to-date information. because it is cheaper to just buy Night Train. You know what I'm saying? But Night Train is going to do a lot more for you, and people are going to fumble. If you hit stick, they're going to fumble. They're absolutely going to fumble without a problem. So his power up is 43, and his card is 342. So he's about 380, 390. All right, it is what it is. That's what you're getting right now. Instead of trying to spend the 600, then you got to power up Darrelle Revis. It's just not cost effective. Now, if you pull him and it's easier like that, that's fine. You spent money on packs, you got the collectibles, whatever. That's fine. But Night Train is more cost effective. Now, we've seen that. I'm gonna go over and show you guys exactly what happened with me. When I did the set, you can quick sell the players that you get back for 15,000 fallen leaves. Then you can go inside the store and use those leaves on cornucopia packs, which is what we did. And I showed you guys in the video exactly what we got. We got straight garbage, but it was just some other things that we can actually do. So when you go to look at the prices of these cards, some of you guys are like, yo, is it worth it to do the set again? In my personal opinion, I don't think so, because you're overspending. And if you don't get the actual, if you don't get something decent, that's 320 already, right? So it's gonna be 320, 320. You're gonna spend 640 at least, and then you're gonna get back, 400K. You're gonna be down for whatever, and then you're gonna get 15,000 fallen leaves with a cornucopia pack that may not mean anything. So the ideal situation is if you're able to pull any of these cards, then it would make sense to do the set, get back the net versions, go ahead inside the store, get the cornucopia packs, and be good with it. But for those of you guys that are asking right now to do it, it doesn't seem smart. Okay, because that 200K that you're gonna lose is gonna be a problem. Because right now with the Blitz promo coming up, everybody's trying to figure out how to stack their coins, what to do, how we're gonna do this, how we're gonna do that. It is very, very important that you're very, very smart with what you have right now and just be careful. Because like I said, EA is gonna keep putting out content, and that's the thing. The MUT team has been they've done a good job as far as like giving us like a roundabout way of getting everybody's theme team involved. I think they've done a good job with that, but most of us are still waiting for Randy Moss, T.O., Calvin Johnson, stuff like that. That's all great and fine and well, but you have to understand a few things. Everybody has to have a chance to build that team up, and because John Madden, coach, is such a liability this year, because he doesn't do everything for the entire team, the theme teams are God. They're the most important thing. So many of you guys, like I said, with Darrelle Revis, you probably have him on the Patriots, you can have him on the Chiefs, whatever. It might work for your team. But Night Train, which we're going to show you right now, when you look at his numbers for the price, remember, his numbers for the price are way better right now than Darrelle Revis. Okay? Look, you got to also spend, people have to take into account, you still have to use training after you spend 600 on Darrelle Revis. Granted, if you, purchased him with coins. If you bought him, if you bought a bundle and you got him, whatever, you got the full one and then you only play for the power up, then that's different. But I'm talking about from scratch. It's definitely going to be an issue. So just, get focused with that situation. Now look, take a look at this. 96 press, final threshold. Zone, final threshold. Man, final threshold. Play rec, final threshold. Acceleration, final threshold. But the speed is down. But it's not even all about that. When we scroll down to defense and you look at his hit power, this dude is blasting dudes into another dimension. This is what you have to understand. That's the difference right now. Because remember, people are going to catch the ball. The game is designed for them to throw the ball through your body, for them to, for it to pass. This game is a lot more balanced than Madden 20 ever was. So you can pass the ball freely, but what happens after you catch it? Who are the players on your team that's going to make them pay? So I got two dudes on the outside at corner. Taylor Mays plays corner for me. Night Train plays corner for me. So it don't matter what side you're on throwing the ball, one of them are going to hit you. And it's a very high chance, depending on the way that they've tuned the game, that you're going to let that ball go. So do you want Darrelle Revis because, you're just a Darrelle Revis fan and whatever? Or do you want a player that's going to make plays that are critical when you need it? And a lot cheaper. Like, that's just to boot. Like, he's a lot cheaper. That's pretty much the assessment of the situation. You're going to save a lot. His block shedding is better. Everything about him makes him a better corner for whatever you're trying to do. So that's pretty much the assessment that I wanted to go through, because I promised you guys I would talk about Darrelle Revis and kind of give you guys insight into it versus Night Train. Now remember, Charles Woodson and a lot of these other cards are going to be coming out. That's a different story, because Charles Woodson, for me, he would probably come in and play free safety. I wouldn't even put him at corner. When it comes to corner, I need big hitters and guys that's going to knock your block off. Because if you throw the quick passes in there right there, I need to try to force incompletions. So there are going to be that. We already know it's rumored. Charles Woodson's going to be in the game. but he probably, like I said, would not play corner for me and play free safety. And then we'll just have to replace Patrick Peterson, even though he's been playing pretty well for us. But that's the assessment that I need you guys to review, understand it, and make sure before you make any purchases before the end of the week, remember, the Blitz promo comes later in the week, which means a lot more content and super fast players at different positions and a Blitz Master that we don't know yet. So be very, very careful with the spending of your coins. I will update you. People will respond here at the channel and try to help you as much as possible. But ultimately, you got to know what's going on. It's going to be a lot of new cards. Do not rush to make these decisions because it could hurt you in the end. I want to thank you guys and girls for watching. You have an unbelievable day. Until next time. One love, y'all.